Hi folks, this is the second show on Listen to the Mockingbird, Parasongs songs, new songs to melodies you know. Remember what Martin Luther said? He said, why should the devil have the best of tunes? And he used popular music of his time and put the tunes in, and he put his own words to it, so that's what we're doing now. Popular tunes, and just like the Wobblies did too, in their time. And they're still around, the Wobblies, IWW, look them up on your computer. Industrial workers of the world, not international workers of the world. That's what the commies used to mistake them. Industrial workers, meaning they want to organize an entire industry, not have sections of the union of the workers fighting each other. All right, one big union, that was their slogan. Okay, we're going to start with a Woody Guthrie melody. He wrote, "This land is my land." That phlegm is my phlegm. That was a wonderful wish, and maybe it existed in the past somewhere. Maybe it will exist in the future sometime, but maybe it exists right now in certain places, but not all over. So this song is called "This Land is Their Land." This land is their land. This land ain't my land. From California to the New York wild land, from the redwood sawdust to the Gulf Stream oil slicks. This land ain't made for you and me. As I was running that blooded highway, I saw above me that rented skyway. I saw below me that strip-mined valley. This land was sold to the company. This land is their land. This land ain't our land. From California to the New York tired land, from the sawdust forest to the Gulf Stream derricks. Now they want to get to Alaska, don't they? This land was stole from you and me. They dealed and gambled. They haunted our footsteps to the darkling sands of the despoiled deserts. And all around us, bulldozers pounding. This land was stole for the company. The Lord of the land owns the land. How can anyone own the land? Tolstoy said the only land you could the only thing you could really own was the 6-foot grave in which you were buried. But even that isn't true, because the worms and the bacteria will get you. So forget about owning something, really. This land is their land. This land ain't my land. From California to the New York wildland, from the sawdust forest to Gulf derricks, this land weren't made for you and me. When the sun comes boiling and the guards patrolling, all the wheat fields selling, and the farmhands moiling, as the smog was shifting, a cop was chanting, this land was made for them and me. Of course, they're trapped too, police. The poor Irish in New York became the Irish cops, beating up their own brothers and sisters and whoever. But now it's equal opportunity destroyers. No. Well, the police were formed in England in the 19th century. Standard police. They used to be private police. But some people have the idea that the police and fire department should be combined in a safety department. That would be good. It would be good if we didn't really need police, wouldn't it? Well, maybe someday, or maybe Maybe that's the subject of another show. Okay. This land is their land. I don't believe in punishment anyway. I don't believe in prisons. A lot of you don't believe in prisons. Don't do any good. Right now they take care of the surplus population. There are 2 million prisoners in America. That's 1/2 of all the prisoners in all the world. America has the highest incarceration rate. America still kills people, executes them. No Western country except America executes people. So, and it seems to be racially segregated. The blacks have more opportunity to be put into prison. Who said they don't have opportunities in this country, right? This land is their land. This land ain't our land. By the way, it's the black poor that go into prison. My mother was once unfortunately mugged by a person of dark complexion. And as we were sitting around, my family was saying, them people. And I said, Mom, it really isn't them people. And I said, did you ever hear of a black physician who after he closes up his office goes out and near the supermarket to mug people? I never heard of a black physician doing that. Why is it only the poor who do it? Of course, the rich mug you in different ways. This land is their land. This land ain't our land. When I wrote this, I said from Regan Formula. How about saying from Bush and Formula, Bush and Forn, Texas, Bush, Texan Formula, to the New York grafters, from the Redwood sawdust to the Gulf Coast oil slicks. This land ain't fit for you and me. This land isn't made for you and me, wasn't made, maybe in the future. This land belongs to the company. So what are you going to do about it? All right, so now we're going to go shopping with Jacques Brel. Thelma Blitz wrote this to the tune of Amsterdam, Jacques Brel's song, and she's going to sing it with me because I don't even know the melody. And she happens to be in our studio. Are you ready, Thelma?
Yep.
So start us.
On the Ave of Amsterdam, there are yuppies who shop, and they shop till they drop, and they never stop. On the Ave of Amsterdam, there are store owners too, raking in dough, selling junk that is new. And they buy and they sell and they sell and they buy, where the wages are low and the profit is high. On the Ave of Amsterdam, where the yuppies compete for goods made in places where labor is cheap. They sell $100 jeans to the ladies of means. Here's a brand with a name that will give your ass fame. But for the Ave of Amsterdam, it's the coolies who sew in garmento sweatshops where the wages are low.
On the Eve of Amsterdam, damn Amsterdam. Okay. Now here's a song, the Bushes Reign, R-E-I-G-N. There was the father Bush who was head of the CIA before he got a better job or worse job as president, and they're thinking of trying to line up the brother, the governor of Florida. There's term limits there. So this is called the Bush's Rain Song, R-E-I-G-N, and it's titled Billions from Heaven. It's performed by the good old The Death Dealers Band, and the tune is Pennies from Heaven. Every time we rain, it rains billions from heaven. Don't you know each war contains billions from heaven? So when you hear a bomber, you may wanna run under a tree, but there'll be billions from heaven. Perhaps not for you, babe, but woo-wee, for we, every time it rains, it rains billions from heaven. Don't you know he's walking in the... And money talks here, but it says, I got this, it says, bleep you, it says. Bleep you, it says. Money talks, and it's, let me read you this little paragraph from, I think, Hightower's column. While our soldiers are victims of an ever-rising death toll in Bush's war of lies and incompetence in Iraq, the top executives of corporations supplying the weapons and other supplies for his war are lolling around on soft cushions of unprecedented personal pay. Money that comes right out of the pockets of us taxpayers. A new executive excess survey finds that the top dogs at 33 big Pentagon contractors have helped themselves to nearly $1 trillion in pay since 9/11. Among the top CEO profiteers, United Technologies, $200 million in pay. These are the CEOs, what they get. General Dynamics, $55 million. Lockheed Martin, $50 million. And Halliburton, only $49 million. Oh. Meanwhile, Army privates in Iraq, many of whom have died because the Bushites failed to provide them with the body armor they needed, are paid $25,000 a year for being war fodder. Yet David Brooks, the CEO of a now disgraced body armor maker, took in 2004 $192 million in pay. But that was only 1 year. That was much too much. Anyway, the money is the least of it, right? It's the dead soldiers and the dead Iraqis we got to worry about. This is another song for our political system. What do you think of a constitution where the best parts are a document where the best parts are the amendments? I don't think that's... and only 10% of the people could vote for the Constitution in 1776. You had to own property to vote for the Constitution, to vote at all. And until 1912, I just found this out recently, just to vote for senator, you had to own property. And most people didn't own property. They still don't own property. So when the stools are in the... This is to Uranus, did I tell you that? I mean, this is to Aquarius. When the stools are in the Republicrat House and senators align with Mars, then greed will guide our country, pure ego steer our pole stars. This is the dawning of the age of Uranus, the age of Uranus, Uranus, Uranus. Simony, misunderstanding, cruelty, sad lusts abounding, lots more lying and derision, golden parachutes, their vision, mystic racist fulmination, nation soul in constipation. Uranus, Uranus, when the pricks are in the Democrat House and Congressmen are paged with bribes. Then idiots will damn our destiny. And it rhymes with its, I guess. Will ruin our lives. This is the dawning of the age of Uranus. The age of Uranus. 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 Conspiracy and underhandling. Media control astounding. What, we still have public access TV? How did that ever happen? It's a miracle that it's still there. They're trying to get rid of it. Don't think. Yeah, democratic computers, right? Democratic so far. Pretty soon you'll have to pay to get on, right? Well, we got to stop that. Conspiracy and underhandling, media control astounding, circuses with bread omission, downsized lives without contrition. Uranus, Uranus. Now the ghouls are in the master's house, and murderers kill us en masse. And now the rich, they rule the planet and wipe out the underclass. This is the sundown of the age of Uranus, the age of Uranus, Uranus. We hope it's their sundown. Maybe it's everybody's sundown. Let the moon shine. You know, moonshine has two meanings. It means bull crap, talking bull crap, and it means drinking that illegal stuff. So this is the bull crap we're singing about. Let the moon shine, let the moon shine, let the moon shine, let the moon shine out. Now, this is take up the subject of the artist, and I don't like to use that word artist. I think we're all artists. But this song is called I Am an Artist for Art's Sake. That's just for people who like to do abstract art. And you know, there was a whole analysis recently of the abstract art movement in the U.S., and it was said that it was part of the plot, and I believe this, of the group of intellectuals that were paid to work for the CIA. They had a magazine. What was it called? I forget. Because if you have art without any political content, that's the kind of art that the ruling classes would love a lot. And this is called I Am an Artist for Art's Sake, and it's to a old Yiddish melody, a wonderful song called Ich bin a Boulder by mein Weib. It's translated to I'm a boarder in my wife's house, which is a funny idea. I am an artist for art's sake, and it was God who gave me my big break. He told me you were meant for a higher purpose, to sweep the stables of Pegasus. I am an artist for art's sake, born with a silver ballroom in my mouth, a scion of the old plantation South. When other kids went out to work, what I did was sketch, pout, and shirk. I am an artist for art's sake. I believe in beauty and in truth, especially my beauty and your vermouth. While other painters might join the picket, I just cry, sticky wicket. I am an artist for art's sake. Hey, I'm also a poet for poetry's sake. You can bet I'm a poet only for poetry's sake. When other poets are in the street, I stay home and count my feet. I am a poet for put's sake, and I'm a musician for the music's sake. You're a musician for whose sake? Well, I do sit to a different drum, and my thumb up my bum makes a wonderful hum. I'm a musician for amusement's sake, and I am a writer for royalty's sake. I know the sales that make or break, and I don't write for little presses. It's eat or be eaten, and I'm a big fresser. I am a writer for my publisher's sake, and I am a journalist for the owner's sake. It's not exactly that I'm on the take, but why write what the editor don't like when there's 50 cub reporters coming right down the pike? I am a reporter for the advertiser's sake. Surely there are more important things than Africa or the price of beans. I'll explore my inner space, and I can't stand your peasant face. I am an artist for art's sake. Oh, I do let the world pass me right by. The golden section runs right through my eye. Let other people freeze and fight. Someone's got to paint it right. I am an artist for art's sake. I am an artist for art's sake. It was God who gave me my big break. I was born for a higher reason. And all his angels I am pleasing. I'm an artist, for God's sake. Now, they're talking now of, since there's such a environmental crisis, which they sometimes, the people in governing, ruling us, sometimes have to admit in the dark that there's something happening. Part of the things they want to do is to bring back nuclear energy. So I'm bringing back this nuclear submarine song that I wrote in the 60s. In the land where A bombs were born, lived a president who had an ID, and he sold us on his plans for a new clean source of energy. I remember when they said when atomic energy was coming in, they wouldn't even have to meter it. It would be so cheap, yeah. So we sailed to 3 Mile Isle, though it cost us a flood of green. That's funny. And we lived a blissful while in a nuclear submarine. Oh, we all live in a nuclear submarine, nuclear submarine, nuclear submarine. Oh, we'll all die in a nuclear submarine, nuclear submarine, nuclear submarine. And our friends all live in fear. Many more of them may die next year. Think of wonderful, what was the city in the Ukraine?
Kiev. Wasn't it? Chernobyl.
Yeah, Chernobyl, Chernobyl. And our friends all live in fear. Many more of them may die next year. You know, people in Japan are still dying from that stuff. And then there's the other people in India, the other wonderful progress. What was the name of that town?
Bhopal.
Yeah. And the Marine Band begins to play. Oh, we all live in a nuclear submarine, and we'll all die. And they live a life of ease. The utilities get all they need. Bonds of guilt, G-I-L-T, and rate supreme with their nuclear submarine. Oh, we all live in a nuclear submarine, nuclear submarine, nuclear submarine. Oh, will we all die in a nuclear submarine? Clean, nuclear submarine. Speaking of dying, we got 5 minutes more?
4.5.
All right, here. See this?
Right, let me go it. Moving on.
This is another sing-along.
Yeah.
Smoke, smoke, smoke your life, smoke your life away. Wearily, drearily, drearily, wearily, 30,000 will die today. The World Health Organization estimates that about 10 million people worldwide will die of tobacco-related diseases next year. And it says that 500 million, that's the correct figure, 500 million now alive on Earth will eventually die of that same ignored affliction, tobacco addiction. Now it'll take time, you know, some of them will die when they're 80. Freud died very old of cancer of the mouth and throat. He couldn't talk. He had 25 surgeries. He had an artificial jaw. And he smoked at least 10 cigars a day. He gave it up for a while, but then he had to go back to it. And that man was Sigmund Freud, 3 minutes. 1 out of about 3 who continue smoking will eventually die from the habit. In the United States, 1 out of 4 deaths is tobacco-related. Would you believe that? How come you never hear about this? It's not just lung cancer. You can get cancers in many different organs of your body. You can die of emphysema and heart attacks. Tobacco works its ways, and there are 2 million deaths in America. That's 500,000. I know at least 20 people, relatives and friends who have died or now have lung cancer. Smoke on, you deluded, poor, addicted, suicidal, stupid idiots. I used to smoke, and I know how hard it is to stop. Mark Twain had the funny joke, which isn't so funny. He said, I can stop, anyone can stop smoking. I know, I've done it dozens of times. So, this is a weapon of mass destruction, see?
Let me see. Let me put it up in front of the camera.
Yeah, weapon of mass destruction.
Okay.
The CEOs of tobacco companies, they denied all of this before the hearing, that they didn't know it caused any. The CEOs of tobacco companies are mass murderers. Compared to them, Saddam, Osama, Bill Clinton, W, both of them, Ariel, gone, I guess, is he? And Yasser, also gone. Putin and Zhang, no longer a ruler. But all of them are pitiful amateurs. So let's all join it. Smoke, smoke, smoke your life. Smoke, smoke, smoke.